What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Supergirl Season 2, Episode 13, Mr. and Mxyzptlk. Right, before anyone says that I say Mxyzptlk wrong, let's remember this is a made-up word of 4 different words that doesn't actually make a word. So I've seen an interview with the actual show writers that said that they had troubles actually coming up with how you said Mxyzptlk. So there's no correct or incorrect way of actually saying this word. So this was kind of a Valentine's episode, which makes no sense to me, seeing as Valentine's was last Tuesday and it's a week late. So let me know in the comments down below. I don't know, is Valentine's Day different in America and Canada? Obviously it's filmed in Canada, aired in America, so I don't know, is Valentine's Day different in America? I presume it's not, because my boy Eric has kind of said that he finds it a bit weird how kind of Valentine's show is 1 week behind, the same as Arrow. So let's get into this episode. It was a pure filler. For me, it was more like a kind of soap opera show. I mean, my partner watched Supergirl for once this week and she actually liked it. Maybe it's because it was more like a soap opera, or the fact they didn't actually focus on aliens the entire time. But this episode, it was kind of okay-ish. It was fun, I guess. There was a few things that happened. So Mxyzptlk basically came to Earth 38 from the 5th dimension to basically try and get Kara Zor-El to marry him. So that's pretty much the review in a nutshell. That's basically what happened. And she basically said no, and we find out that he couldn't make her fall in love with him, or he couldn't make her kill herself, or he couldn't make her drink orange juice, which I don't know how comic book accurate this is, but that kind of orange, he couldn't make her drink orange juice. That was a kind of bit of a weird thing to come out with. So Mon-El had actually encountered kind of these 5th dimensional creatures before, which is another hint at him being from the Legion of Superheroes, which I've said in a different video. I will link it in a card somewhere on this video. So during this kind of episode, Mxyzptlk kind of set some challenges. There was a cool scene where we seen Parasite, but it was a bit obvious that it wasn't Parasite. And of course, Mxyzptlk had this pretended to be Superman, and then they figured out that it was kind of just a challenge that Mxyzptlk set in order for Kara to kind of try and like him, but it didn't really work. Mon-El got pretty much jealous throughout the whole episode. We had a bit of the kind of the gay and lesbian stuff with kind of Alex and Maggie, which was a bit inconsistent, as 1 minute kind of Maggie was against Valentine's Day, then the next minute she was all for Valentine's Day just because Alex liked it. I just wish they'd be more consistent with the kind of gay and lesbian storyline, as it's always up and down, up and down. It's never kind of, they're never happy, they're always kind of up and down. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below what you think, guys. I just don't like that fact that it should just be consistent. So I guess the kind of vocal point of this episode was how they defeated Mxyzptlk. Basically, Kara tricked him into saying his name backwards, and then he went back to the 5th dimension. But I don't know. I'm not really up to date with Mxyzptlk's kind of backstory. So what's not stopping Mxyzptlk coming back to Earth 38? I don't know. Is there anything stopping him coming back? But yeah, it was pretty much a filler episode. I wasn't going to review it, but I did kind of like parts of this episode. So I guess everyone's going to hype about KaraMel, the kind of kissing scene at the end, which I guess is kind of okay. I don't mind if these two shippers. I just hope we don't go down the kind of holistic path with kind of Mon-El and Kara ruining the whole show, which I've done a video on before. So hopefully this won't ruin the kind of show. And as we all know, Mon-El has this big secret, which is most likely going to break him up, but they'll most likely get back together at some point. So there isn't too much to say about this episode, as it was a pure filler. It was kind of just a fun Valentine's episode where absolutely nothing happened, but there were a few cool bits. I mean, Mxyzptlk character was pretty cool in my opinion. But ultimately it was just another villain of the week. So next week's episode looks cool. We're getting Katniss back, and it looks like we're actually going to go somewhere with this show, and it's not just going to be on a standstill like it has for the last few weeks, as this show is the 2nd highest rated CW show. Honestly, I can't see why. I mean, I absolutely think Melissa Benoist, the Supergirl star, is amazing, but this show is just standstill. There's no storyline. I mean, it looks like the storyline won't pick up till the end of the season, which is looking good towards then. But how is it getting, I think it's like 2.6 million live views when it's not really any better than, it's not better than Arrow or Legends of Tomorrow. So really, in my opinion, Supergirl should be the lowest rated kind of program, but it's not. So anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment if you want to, and let me know what you thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think I'm saying Mxyzptlk wrong? But you can't really say it wrong, seeing as it's like 4 words put into 1 word, which doesn't really make a word at all. So I'll catch you in another video. Peace out, guys.